Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Episode 104 of the 9 to 5 Fitness Podcast. I'm joined with Anabolic Gabe. Gab, how are you? How did you sleep, big fella?
Yeah, decent. Just ticking away the usual grind. Slept pretty well. I believe 11 p.m. to 7:30 a.m. Decent quality sleep. What about yourself, champion?
Slept like an absolute baby. I actually got a new bed. It's a king size. A lot of space. Mm-hmm. I actually found myself cuddling a pillow.
I like to do that.
I enjoy doing that. I think it's like a guy thing, is cuddling a pillow.
It's just comfort.
There's something, it's very comfortable with your arm.
I don't go full cuddle. I just go like one arm resting on it. Just like...
Sometimes I go full cuddle, legs as well.
You know...
Nuts all up against it and everything.
Are you a fan of the sleeping position of one leg straight and then you have one leg like knee bent and then you have one arm like that? I feel like that's how 99% of
common sleep
males sleep.
I actually think I can be a bit of a back sleeper sometimes.
Big...
Lock in.
Storm the house down, mate.
Lock in for the night.
Oh, God.
Yeah. But I think, I don't know, the sleeping position's a funny one. How do you sleep if you're not on your own, if you got a friend?
Well, ex-girlfriend, she would say that if I sleep on my back, very, very loud, very obnoxious type setup, you know. But so she would just push me to my side and then quiet as a mouse, mate. So, not exactly sure. Yeah, I can't really answer your question, that's the noise aspect of it answered.
Yeah, fair enough.
So when you reach like 200,000 followers, apparently you get free king-size beds. Is that part of the, is that what you signed?
Apparently there's going to be promotion videos coming soon and buy up.
I'm trying as hard as I can, planning in the background, trying to get followers so I can get a free bed too.
Free bed's handy, and a frame too is what excited me the most. Like a whole free bed, and then you get a frame on top of it. And I like set aside a whole day to make this thing, but the frame just like clicks into place. It's not, you don't even need screwdrivers or anything. Just click into place.
How good's that?
The worst part was the rubbish that came with it.
Oh yeah, hopefully Tom's got rid of that now.
Would be nice.
Is the mattress more comfortable than the previous one you had?
I'd say it is more comfortable. Yeah. You should come over for a sleepover and
I
try
might
it out
actually.
Yeah. It's like got the memory foam mattress, so it's like firm but soft.
Any have you had any applicants try it out with you?
I haven't. It's been a completely solo operation. Yeah. And I'm keen to keep it
bit
like
of a dry spell at the moment, is it, mate?
It is a bit of a dry spell.
Oh well.
And I found that with the king bed, like just so much distance. I was thinking last night, because last night was my first night in it, mate. I spread out as far as I possibly could, and I like couldn't reach the other side.
You get lost in your own thoughts there.
I was pretty light. That's why I was cuddling the pillow.
Yep. Well, I'm really happy for you, and I hope you have some good sleeps.
Thank you. I'm really happy for you because you got 10,000 subscribers on YouTube.
That is right. I'm not sure how big of an achievement it is, but there are 10,000 of the realest subscribers out there. I don't care who else has 10,000 subs. My 10,000 subs are the realest. Literally youngest, richest YouTuber out in the city with the realest subscribers. So thank you guys so much for that.
Shout out to the 10,000.
Yeah, and I thought I'd wear a suit to celebrate for it. I've got my Lex Friedman kit on, so if you guys are watching or listening on Spotify, make sure you watch the YouTube later as well, because I've just come from my internship at KPMG. I worked another 100 hours today because I thought I had to get a real job.
The rat race.
If I, work 17 more years in the pre-graduate position doing 200 hours per week, my boss might promote me from $51,500 per annum to $53,000.
And you get work like even more of a dog for that extra grand, but worth it, king.
But luckily
Stability is what we say.
Yeah, at least I have job security. Unless they just give me the flick for no reason.
I think they're cutting like 200 people at the moment, graduates.
Rough. But luckily I got my Instagram account back, so that means I don't have to get a real job anymore, and I can just continue to post TikToks and Instagrams to pay the bills. So
the content keeps going. Was it a long process to get that back, mate?
I'm not allowed to say how I got my account back, basically.
Facts.
But I'm very thankful I did get it back, and potentially may have sold a piece of my soul to get that account back.
Potentially.
But yeah.
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Well, it's good to have you back, mate. We're glad to have you back.
Thank you.
I couldn't imagine a life without Anabolic Gabe. Why do you think it is that you got...
Mate, I've heard it's so common that like creators just have their account going like that, but for us, I guess we're lucky it's more than just the Anabolic Gabe account we got. Yeah.
Yeah.
We got like a whole community, a whole network. We have 17 different accounts. We have Louis Phillips, we have Singer-songwriter Gabe, we have Anabolic Carter,
Hangers and clangers.
we have Hangers and Clangers, we have 9 to 5 Fitness, we have NTF Clips, and then each of those Instagram accounts have a corresponding TikTok account. Some of them have a YouTube account, a LinkedIn account. There's a lot going on. So make sure you guys diversify, not to mention an email list of like 20,000. So I think we're pretty well diversified. So it was like one little thing goes down. Obviously, it was a nice account, that one, but we weren't stressing.
Yeah, you didn't stress. It's good to see. It does make me a little bit nervous how quickly it can all be taken away. Because, like, this is our job at the end of the day.
I feel like your content's way safer than mine. Like, I do talk quite a bit of smack on that account. I don't think it's, like, rude.
Do you think you're going to talk less smack? Realistically, for the podcast listeners.
I think I'll keep most of the smack talk on my Snapchat.
Yeah.
Like, I'll just go ham on that. I'll try not to swear, but, yeah. Also,
with, like, losing that account, it's like all the connections you've made with that. Like you get a lot of people following you who are like it's one of your bodybuilder mates from the US and
that's
stuff.
the main thing I was annoyed about because I had like Lex Little, James English, a bunch like Noel Dazel all follow me on that account.
Women.
Yeah, a lot of beautiful on the inside and outside women. And I was annoyed because what am I going to do? Go on Singer-songwriter Gabe and message Lex Little, hey bro, I'm that Australian guy, you know, please follow me back.
Yeah.
Just in the request. Like, you just can't be doing that.
It's a long shot, isn't it? I saw today, I got a notification that I'm eligible to get like the blue tick, but it's not the blue tick. It's
$25.
The paid blue tick.
Is it different?
I don't know. I mean, there has to be some kind of difference.
Yeah, actually, that's a good topic to talk about.
Well, I'm bringing it up, baby. Let's go.
$24.99 to get what used to be, you know, a license to just DM girls and probably get a response. Now you can pay $24.99 for it.
I'm actually kind of bitter about it. I think it's ridiculous that you can buy your way through.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts?
Now just Joe Schmo can get it, and he's all of a sudden the same as Elon Musk. Justin Bieber. Yeah,
same. Yeah, I don't like it. But I feel like their Meta is going to come out with like a new way of identifying like people of relevance. Or
the green tick.
The green tick.
Yeah.
And then you can buy that in a few years and they make another couple of billion.
I don't get this whole thing about blue ticks, right? Because there were people, very well known people who didn't have blue ticks, and then you got Timmy's drumming with 1,000 followers who had a blue tick.
Yeah, that was wild.
Like, what are we saying here with blue ticks? I don't get it.
It is inconsistent, but it is actually I'm just thinking about now, in terms of a business model, they've just created a $25 a month subscription service.
I can completely understand
that
it.
It's so smart.
Yeah.
Why didn't we think of that?
But like,
we should do an
I feel
NTF.
like before, blue tick, if you had a blue tick, like, and we didn't have it, so all these people think they're better than us. They are better than us because they have a blue tick.
Yeah. God. It is such a pain. I wouldn't be paying for it.
Yeah, now it's pay to win. It's like you're getting 12,000 V-Bucks.
So my question is there still blue ticks without having to pay for them?
I don't know. Zuck, can you answer that for us? Is there like...
Can you apply for a free blue tick?
If we all of a sudden become the Prime Minister and Deputy Prime Minister of Australia and we have Instagram accounts, are our blue ticks going to be free or are they paid for?
Let's say Gab goes on Love Island, comes off, does he get a blue tick?
Exactly. For free, or do I have to pay for it?
$25 a month.
$24.99, baby.
We've got an exciting episode today, mate.
We do something a little bit different.
We don't normally do this, but I think this is a really cool way to spice things up. And we're going to do like an interview style. And instead of the guest being someone we just pulled off the street, we're interviewing each other.
Well, yeah, we did pull each other off the streat, but should be good. Is this kind of inspired by, what's his name, Stephen Bradbury? Is that his name?
Stephen Bartlett, Diary of a CEO. It is somewhat. I do a separate podcast to this called The Sunday Run, and I've just like to throw in a few deeper questions in there every now and then. Side
note, I just wanted to say, I think it's really cool how like you look at the charts and there's just two of the lads there. Just
it's pretty cool, isn't it? It's good fun. I think we've kind of... We understand podcasting.
Maybe we should have 50 podcasts and just take it up.
We've got a genuine team behind us as well. Like Keelan, the producer, obviously. Keyring, our man Max as well, the editor. Like, just they're killing it, and we couldn't do it without them. So shout out to them.
Shout out.
Interviewers, interviewee, interview we're going to conduct here. Yeah. I've got a question for you.
What is it?
And I don't want you to feel stressed out or like... feel like you need to rush the answer. I want you to think about it, masticate on it with your brain, and then answer it to me. My question to you If you could go back and give your 18-year-old self one piece of advice, what would it be?
Do train.
Oh, train.
Yep. No, that was just for the short.
It's good. Yeah, it's good short.
But, okay, so 18-year-old self, one piece of advice.
One piece of advice. And think about Anabolic Gabe when he was 18. You hadn't had your first beer yet. Okay.
Yeah, bleep that out, Keelan.
Bleep that out. Timestamp.
I feel like you can say that, though.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
A lyric?
Yeah, it's a lyric. Fuck.
I feel like yours might have something to do with a girl.
But I also feel like the effects from that stuff, like, made me who I am.
I actually don't know my answer.
Like, it could be like start content, start NTF earlier, but I don't know how much.
Change it.
Yeah. I feel like we did it at the right time.
Maybe something more to do with like confidence or like trust the process. Like, were you stressing about something at that time where you look back and go, that actually meant nothing?
Do you remember that time? I feel like there were no stresses, bro. Like life then compared to now,
easy, man.
bro, easy. But I suppose like all your stresses back then are relative. It's like instead of having to pay for a parking ticket back then, now we got warehouses on fire and you know, like lots of big contract thingies and paying $20,000 invoices. Maybe in a few years' time, that'll be a $200,000 invoice.
Yeah, and we'll look back at this time and go, what were we nervous about? Exactly.
Yeah.
So it is a progression. Do you have an answer, though?
Yeah.
I need an answer.
I'm trying to answer you.
It is a hard one.
Like, again, would I say move out of home earlier? I don't know.
You're too young back then. I mean, I know people do it, but I feel like we were such babies at 18.
I feel like I've lived with no regrets, so it's hard. And what I'm figuring out now is like, just like don't be scared to be yourself. Like don't try to change to suit other people. Like if they're talking shit about you, or if they're judging you for who you are, like be yourself. And if someone doesn't accept you for you, then just like cut it off. I think that's a big one, is like setting boundaries, setting like expectations for yourself, and like having this self-respect. And that might relate to like, if it's you know, a so-called friend or a partner who doesn't respect that or wants you to change or is talking shit behind your back, cut that shit off like that, like cutting toxic stuff off. I don't know if that makes any sense to you,
does.
mate. But
Absolutely. I think it's a great answer. It reminds you of this conversation I was having with our mate Jesse a while ago. We were talking about like, I think I'd just had another situationship fail, and I'd put a lot of time and effort into this girl, to be honest. You know who I'm talking about. I saw her so much, and like started to like her, and then she wasn't like giving me much back. And I was like, oh, maybe I need to change like my approach on dates and stuff, or essentially change who I am on this date. And he said to me, like, the most comforting thing he found when he was dating, he's now got a long-term girlfriend, but the most comforting thing he found was like sitting into the fact, like, if you are so unapologetically yourself, then like you will, like, that's who you need to be on the date, because like you don't need to be someone else, because if you're forging your way through it, then they're eventually not going to like you.
Then you're just faking it.
Exactly.
And I'd say like on a macro level, don't change who you are, but on a micro level, there might be things you change. Like for me, I became aware that some of the ways I communicate is very like direct, and people in my team, I might like come across as like, it might be like not rude, but like, you know, you can communicate in a more effective or positive way, and there might be like little things like that you change. But I think like overall, the person that you are, I don't think you should change. I mean, if you're a bad person, then you should probably change that.
Then change, yeah. I'd say for me, like, what's one thing, if I give myself an 18-year-old like advice, like what would I tell my 18-year-old self? I guess it's like just trusting the process, and that sounds so cliche, but like it's going to work out. And like the issues that I thought were large issues, now granted I had a very fortunate upbringing, and I was very fortunate at the time of being 18, but things that I thought were issues, such as like money things, you know, I've only got X amount in my bank account, I can't go to this holiday, or I can't go to this festival at the time. Like don't stress about it. You know, like there's no point. It is going to work out, and you are going to find your way. The other thing for me was like maybe direction wise, like I was had a lack of direction in terms of didn't know what I was doing. I was going on a gap year, which was fantastic, but like didn't know what I was going to do when I got back. And like the stress that came with that was just unnecessary, because you're going to find your way.
Yeah, I feel like you did fine with that though, and I don't think
Yeah,
like
exactly.
you and I would both agree you wouldn't take that back.
No.
It is a difficult one because I feel like we've done well, but yeah, there might just be little things like not to stress.
Yeah, we don't have to give a direct answer, but hopefully that helps some.
Do you want to? Yeah, I'll ask you the next one. Okay, so question number 2.
It doesn't have to be in regards to content either, by the way.
Yeah. I'm going to go for the third one. What's an insult you've received that you're proud of?
An insult that I've received that I'm proud of? It definitely has to do with... probably, especially recently, in regards to like work ethic, but also in regards to my content. I had someone say, mate, you don't actually have to go for the runs to like actually make the content, like just fake it.
Wow.
And I thought that's like so against what I'm preaching. Like I'm trying to show people how easy it is to go out and get running. And like that's not an insult, but it was delivered in a manner that's kind of like stop being an idiot. Like you don't have to do this. You can do something else. Like fake it along the way. And it's like I appreciate that individual realizing that how hard I'm working to get what I want. But I'm not going to change.
Yeah,
for
it's
it.
like, is he trying to like criticize you because he's actually just complimenting your work?
Yeah, exactly. And I don't think it came from a malicious perspective. But yeah, I'll take that. The other one was I just needed to bring him down a peg. Someone felt like they needed to bring me down a peg. It's like, yeah, because I'm fucking up.
Yeah, wow, that's funny as.
What about you?
No, I think those are 2 really good ones. I think was this in regards to a comment? No, it's just a general insult.
Yeah.
You and I will both know who we're talking about here. On a phone call, and said party, who will remain unnamed, said, "You're very direct and abrasive." And like party A wanted something from me, and I said, "You tearing down my personality here? Because if you are, then I don't want to work with you."
Yeah. Yeah, he essentially attacked who you are.
And I think that's who I am, and I'm proud of who I am. And I think my direct, yet perhaps abrasive nature is why we get things done. We don't stuff around. We don't beat around the bush. We're direct, or I'm direct, and I like to lead in a direct way. It's like, I'm not someone who wants to play games and just mess about. I want to just, this is what I want. This is how to do it. So this is what we're going to do. And if you think that's abrasive, then that's your fault.
Yeah,
I guess.
Unlucky.
I mean, do you think, I think that's a fair comment about my personality, direct and abrasive?
Yeah, I think, absolutely. I mean, that's a fair comment. But if they use that as an insult, then it's like, why would I work with you? Like, you haven't changed who you are in the years I've known you. Yeah. You've become more confident, which is great. And especially this person, he's only known you for maximum 2 years, let's say. You haven't changed at all, really. Especially your personality. So if you don't like that, and if for them, if it's only an issue when, it's hindering what they want, like if they're not getting what they want because of it, then they start attacking your personality. Well, then,
but if that personality is like benefited you in a large way historically, and all of a sudden, it's like the people who like 9 out of 10 videos, and then they give you shit about one video. It's like, well, what do you mean? Like,
exactly. Bugger off. No, I think they're good answers. This is fun. I'm enjoying this. I've got down here, what's your biggest failure in regards to content? How did you learn from it? But we don't have to do that in regards to content. We can do that. What's your biggest failure? How did you learn from it?
I think I failed a subject in the first year of uni, only subject I've ever failed. And so I went into this pretty difficult course at university first year, and what I found out in that first year is university, particularly the course I did, very different to high school. No one's there to hold your hand. You need to go out and find the information and set good study habits by yourself. I got put into this second year subject called econometrics, which is, you've heard a mouthful about it, notoriously hard subject at Monash. And I remember I tried my hardest in the first lecture, and this was first year. I wouldn't go to lectures, wouldn't go to uni, had the worst work ethic. And like the subject genuinely gave me anxiety because I didn't understand a thing, and that's because I didn't put the work in to understand it. Also probably because I was 18 and my brain wasn't developed enough to even grasp these concepts and have that work ethic yet. And like every single class. I would skip classes and lectures because it gave me too much anxiety and I was just panicking and stressing too much. But that was probably the best example of my life of kicking the can down the road, because you're still in the subject and the exam's just creeping around. It's just getting 1 week closer. Every week you don't go to a class. Yeah. And I didn't realise, because I didn't even look at my emails or do anything at uni, I didn't realise that you can drop a subject in like the first 3 weeks or whatever, and that means it doesn't go to your academic transcript and it doesn't... Like you don't have to pay onto your hex. So I didn't know that, so I just stayed in the subject, and it got to week 12 and I remember just having a teacher that didn't speak a lick of English and I'm just asking these concepts and nothing understood, and I literally, this was one of the only times I've had a panic attack. I just went out of the class, like ran over to student services and said like, what do I do to get me out of this class? And they said like, if you unenroll now you get a 0. And it goes onto your hex. So imagine that you just got a class that goes onto a 0. And for second year, third year, fourth year subjects, they all count for twice as much as first year subjects on your weighted average mean or mark or whatever it is. That's a wham. So it just completely... Imagine you got a 0 and it counts for double.
Oh my God. Yeah.
So I was just panicking. So, and I didn't have any friends at uni either. And I later found out that they all had this group and had cheat sheets and just like passed the subject altogether. But I did what I could, ended up getting a 29 on that subject. So it absolutely disintegrated my wham. But I learned for the next year, we got to approach uni in a different way. So I did. Every year I got better results, slowly grinding my wham up to like a HD average, and then retook that subject in my last semester of uni, my fourth year, and ended up getting like a 77 on it, which is like a really, really good mark for that. But I also had 4 years of uni experience on my side. So I think I just learnt so much through that.
Interesting you said about like kicking the can down the road. Mum always says bad news doesn't age well. And so I've learned a lot from that in terms of like, if there's something wrong, like you just need to attack it head on. Like don't wait another hour to send the message. Don't wait another, to make the call. Just you need to like, let's get onto it right now. And,
so true.
And that's consistent with my uni as well, to be honest, mate.
Yeah. So I think that like, and that's a really vulnerable story for me, because I feel like I like to be a character of like great strength and triumph and work ethic, but that was one of my most vulnerable like stories of failure. So, and I don't think I've told many people that, so I hope that helps some of you guys who are in uni. And now I want to ask you, mate, what's your biggest failure in regards to anything?
Biggest failure? It's a hard one. Obviously there's a lot, like, geez, I've got a lot of academic failures, but like I said, I'd learned from them all. I'd say mine comes more down to like relationships, and probably like you and I, when we were beefing really hard a year and a half, 2 years ago now, and just how bought in we became to the beef, and like how unresolving we were going to make it for as long as possible. Obviously we've resolved it now. So learning from it is probably what I need to do, is like representing who I am, and I think I try and often be the bigger person in every situation in life, and I needed to actually be the bigger person then and resolve it. And because like what good is me just like beefing with you?
No one wins.
No one wins. Like, we want the same result. We want the same thing. We want to be happy. We don't want to be hating each other. So I'd say that would be my biggest failure, and learning from it is pretty clear. Yeah.
Like I think no one was the bigger person in that situation though. Like there were no winners. Everyone lost.
Yeah, exactly. But like that's the point.
And you get stuck in the heat of the moment.
It took one of us to actually make. It needed, one of us needed to
run out of ammunition basically, and then it's like
going head to head. But it's interesting to see how that happens, and I think that's an argument and a fight that we will always learn from. In
worse than any sort of relationship fight, like with a girl or whatever. That was the one that hurt the hardest.
Yeah, 100%. But like taking that into further life is so. With anything, with business, with friends, you just can't afford to be just hitting at someone the whole time. I think
we both learnt so much from that though, for like any sort of disagreement in our lives now, for how we approach the situation.
I think even earlier to that was, so one of our really close mates dating my sister, and
mate,
that was we actually have never spoken about this on the podcast.
No, we haven't.
Happened like 5 years ago now, 6 years ago, and I was really immature. So I found out that they were hooking up originally, and I was like so angry. I was essentially said to my sister, "There's like 5 guys in Melbourne that you can't hook up with. Just like respect that."
Yeah.
And, like obviously, like my 5 mates, you can go for anyone else. I don't care, which is not my. Anyway, and like at the time, you remember, like I was fucking.
We were hitting the
furious.
gym every day, and
Yeah,
bro, we were both angry.
yeah, we were furious. I was. It literally got to the point I didn't know where he lived. I was driving around with a brick in my car to put a brick through his front window. Like I was furious. Yeah. And because of that, I ruined my relationship with my sister at the time. She's my best mate, and she still is, along with you, mate. But like super tight with her. But because I was so immature about it and unable to understand that there's potentially love there, I couldn't bridge that gap.
I'm gonna play a different perspective here. How else is an 18-year-old meant to respond? We did not have the EQ
it's true.
to approach that any differently. Like, you would have to be the most high-level William Shakespeare 18-year-old to see the other side of that situation. Your best mate is dating your sister.
Hope she's
all
a
of
good
a sudden,
kiss, mate.
Mate, please tell me if you're 18 and if that happened to you. Like, this was such an odd situation.
It was big for us.
Mate, name me one 18-year-old who responds in a different way. You're like the protective brother.
Yeah.
Oh, mate.
It was brutal. And, and I think, like, I ruined my relationship with my sister for a year there. Like, we literally didn't talk for a year.
Yeah.
And we'd been, like, best mates prior. And, of course, now we're best mates again. Yeah. But, yeah, really interesting. And, like, it's just not worth... I think I learned from that a lot of, like, holding hatred is so not worth it for you.
It's like a leech, a parasite.
Yep. Like, the quicker you let go of things, the better. And just FYI, they're still together. I reckon they're going to get married. They're like 7 years in now. So
That's crazy.
I know.
That's nuts.
Hope we get an invite to the wedding.
I wonder if it's out of spite they're staying together.
I know.
Yeah.
They hate each other, but every day they're...
we can't break up because of Louis.
Hopefully not.
That's a good point with like the holding on to hate and grudges. And I think it's something we learned from like our coach who plays like both a mental and physical role in like our programming and development. But like you need to be at peace with things and it's just not good to hold on to hate. So if any situation like an ex-girlfriend or an ex-friend, I've had to cut out people in my life who potentially weren't on the same trajectory as us or weren't supporting that trajectory. And it's always tough, but you need a process to make sure you're at peace with that because otherwise it's going to leach away at you. It's going to take up like your mental bandwidth and whatnot. So like for instance, an ex-girlfriend or something, you might not be able to have the conversation with her to just, get your closure and have your peace, but you might have to do some journaling, some writing down, answer the questions that you need answering. And I've found that is a great way just to move on with things, is create your own peace.
Bang on, mate. I love that. We got one question here, but it's very open-ended. It's, what's one question you'd wish I'd ask and answer it? I'd asked, what do you wish we spoke about here?
Fuck, mate, I don't even know what that means.
So there's 3 questions here. If I could ask you anything, what would you want that to be? I'm putting you on the spot.
Mate,
it's a real hard one.
I've got no clue because I feel like we ask each other so many. We would have asked each other a million questions in our friendship.
Yeah, exactly.
What haven't you asked?
I don't know. Like, what do you? Yeah. I guess. I mean, I watched and this isn't my answer to the question, but I watched Diary of a CEO. I think it was with Jordan Peterson. He's like, "Oh, what do you wish I asked?" And he said, "Oh, how are you? I wish you asked how I was." And then he breaks down. He's not doing so well. So I guess that's the angle of it, but that might be a little bit too deep for the 9 to 5 Fitness podcast. It comes out on a Monday at 7 a.m.
I wish you asked what my body count was.
What is your body count?
I actually answered this in my YouTube Q&A. And I'm going to reaffirm my answer, and that is I'm an advocate for weighted average body count, not body count.
Okay.
And my version of that is, we're dating around here and we have preferences for dating. What is stopping a young lad from going around and sleeping with a load of women who don't satisfy those preferences and who's just trying to get numbers up, who's just trying to get the biggest,
score?
Yep, kill streak on COD. What's stopping that? Like, where's the... some younger lads might go, "Oh, my body count is higher than your body count."
I get what you're saying now.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, interesting. I think I've got a viciously low body count.
Yeah. What do you reckon, like, ballpark? Because I don't count, but I reckon I've got, like, an approximation of what it is.
Yeah, I have no idea. Under 15.
Yeah. And we've both have had, like, long-term girlfriends and whatnot. Mm-hmm. And I think frequency is more important than volume. So, like, yeah.
Yeah, and it comes down to who you are. I think we've spoken about it plenty of times, but I'm not super into picking someone up from a club and just taking them home.
Yeah, and we don't even go out much anymore, do we?
No, we don't.
Old men now.
We literally are. Maybe we need to get on the dating apps.
Do we, though?
No,
I don't think we do.
Not.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I think I'm around 40, but again, not like... I definitely do not have a notes tab with a numbered thing in it, but I'd say around 40.
It's a strong amount.
Yeah, but I reckon...
Getting you
not that it's anything to brag about. Like... Yeah. There'd be blokes going out there like bragging about like 500 or whatever. Yeah, I'm a big believer in finding like a good one and then just getting reps, getting training done, and perfecting your craft.
Yeah, for the big dance.
Yeah, for the big dance,
for the grand final.
For the grand final.
For one day when you settle down, you know exactly what you're doing.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's true. Well, everyone's different, mate, so it might not work like that.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you a question. What do you reckon the total number of times you had intercourse in your life is?
Oh, I wouldn't even be able to. It'd be in the.
I'm trying to think if I'm 4 figures.
Gotta be, mate. I remember. Remember your ex coming over a fair bit when you were together.
Yeah.
Mate, I could tell you how many times Tom's is going. She's then loud next door. Fucking hell. It's a couple of times a night. That's
this is a good short, right?
Poor darling. We need to carry her down the stairs now. Yeah. No,
I'm trying to do the calculations. So I've had 2 long-term girlfriends. So that's going to be majority of the volume, right? With them both for 2 years plus, few times a week, 365 days in the year. Let's say each relationship there was 400 repetitions there, 400 plus 400. Then you have a few extra pieces of volume here and there. Does that accumulate to 200, 300? I think there's a fair likelihood that there is. So I'm going to say 1,100.
I think that's a good. I'm happy to. I'll say I'm 800 then.
You should go 1,101.
1,101.
I'm gonna catch up to you tonight, mate.
But I think I started earlier than you, didn't I?
I started 16 and didn't have anything much more until about 18.
There's a good silence there for a while.
Oh mate, the dry spell. I'm like. Who's a forward that just doesn't kick any goals?
I don't know. I'm not throwing anyone under the bus. Yeah. Well, we went from a really beautiful segment of the podcast to talking about rooting.
No, well, I think this is a really analytical discussion, a new angle, perhaps.
Perhaps. What do you... Dry spells?
Yeah.
What do you think about them? How do you get out of them, if you want to get out of them?
Just put more shots on target, mate.
If you throw enough shit at the wall, something will stick.
I like Brock Fitz content. Now back to the question, mate. What do you wish I asked you?
Yeah,
because I feel like I don't ask enough questions.
Oh, I think you ask enough questions. No, I especially in regards to this, I don't have anything really. I think we covered a lot. What do you wish I asked you?
Just in general,
it's such a broad thing, isn't it?
If I could have asked you anything, mate, what?
No, I really don't have anything, unfortunately.
Okay,
which is grim.
Well, moving on now to needing to put a roof over our head. Thanks for that, guys. We have, 9 to 5 Fitness Podcasts. We have a range of products. Unfortunately, all of the merchandise and apparel is sold out. So if you wanted to buy any of that, we'd probably only have extra small circus sizes left. So if you're about 3'2" and 13 kilograms, there might be something for you in the pink color range on the website. But we have just released the NTF accountability tracker. A couple of you guys have been seeing on my stories for the past 6 months this wacky spreadsheet where I track everything in my life. Sleep, sleep quality, time in bed, time asleep, as well as about 56 other metrics. And I have been developing formulae to give you the perfect scores and performance evaluations on, bringing meaning to these metrics and whatnot. And at the end of each week, it'll give you a grade based on how well you stuck to that. It even has a customizable habit tracker section where you can put a bad habit you're trying to cut out. For me, after BTV, where you're having vapes for breakfast, for me, it was not vaping during the day, and I've successfully dropped it. And that was thanks to the vape tracker on it. So you tick the days where you don't vape, and that contributes to your A+ at the end of the week if you can follow that.
We love a grade.
Have you seen much of this tracker, mate? I know you're not too much on the tracking side of things.
I'm not on the tracking side, but it looks fantastic. You put a mountain of work into it, and it's great to see. And it would help a lot of people. Like if you're into lists and stuff, like your kind of personality type, that would be game changing.
It does take a certain type of person for it, and definitely don't change who you are. But if this is something, this is like, if ever I'm like out of whack and I need to kind of recalibrate myself, I'll always go back to my tracker and just start tracking again, because I know that is a good base point. And once I get things back on track, I can start progressing. So it's basically, we send you a PDF with all of the formulae and show you how to do it for yourself and customize it. And this could be the best value thing you ever have, because you could essentially create it for the rest of your life. And I think there is a ton of value out there, and it is on our website. $50 one-time purchase. The NTF accountability tracker will be emailed to you straight away. And if you do use code podcast, you will get 10% off. And please DM us. Let us know if you have bought it. It is a fantastic addition to your life.
Fantastic.
Cool.
Do you want to get into some running?
I reckon we do, mate.
You've been running a bit lately. You're off the vapes.
Yeah, well, again, I don't want to make this too much the Anabolic Gabe podcast, but, having a few vapes around the house, whether it be for videos, BTV, kind of residuals, all that stuff, I found it hard. Just not like, again, it's the biggest battle for me is just a few times during the day, and I'd beat myself up over it. And I was like, one day, enough is enough. And I said, Tom was in the kitchen with his missus there, and I said, Tom, I need you to help me. Here are my 2 vapes I have. I want you to put them in your room and hide them. And the only reason I want you to get them out is if I need it for a video, and the rule is I put it straight back. Or if we're hitting the town, going to a club, going to a festival, we're going to have a good time, we're going to cut loose, but it goes back in the drawer after that.
Yep.
And so he's done that, and I haven't done it anymore.
And you've replaced it with running. You enjoying the running?
And just cardio in general. I love that feeling of just, this might sound wacky, but when you're like really just pushing yourself, and I don't know, it's like this blissful feeling. I almost have like tears come out of my eyes. Like it's an emotional feeling, particularly like that 2K feeling, like anaerobic feeling.
Because you can't think about anything else other than the pain you're going through, which is actually really peaceful. Especially if you're like always thinking about business, what you need to do next. Going for that run is like bang. Like you have to put up with it.
Do you ever feel that on the longer runs or mainly shorter runs?
Yeah, I definitely feel it on long runs. That's like pretty much why I started all the running. Hey, for the mental clarity, less so than the fitness. And it's game changing once you get it. Yeah. It's like, why would you not do it?
It's just, I'm addicted to that feeling now. And I think that is a healthy addiction, being addicted to cardio. And that's why I'm doing so much of it, to the point where like I'm getting such bad shin splints because I've just dramatically increased my running volume. And, there's a lot of people that are like, does cardio kill gains, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, how about you be a fucking man and stop complaining? Because we're meant to be able to lift serious amounts of weights and train like a beast and be able to run as well.
And you can generally eat enough food that you're going to be all right.
And I guarantee you'll bloody sleep like a baby at the end of that day.
I'm actually in a real running slump at the moment.
Why is that, mate?
Just can't be bothered. I don't know. It's just so much going on. Like, I've got all this footy stuff coming up, like obviously content, like work and stuff, and I just am not dedicating enough time to it. And with that becomes like, I just can't be bothered.
Maybe you're a bit overtrained with the running. What do you think?
Potentially. I think it's more to do with my body though. And it's actually, you're right, because it's both with gym as well. I just can't be bothered. But I'm doing it.
I wonder what solutions there are for you.
Well, I'm looking into alternatives. I need to always keep doing cardio, and my body's only going to get worse as footy progresses. So I'm looking at getting into cycling.
Oh, mate, if you get into cycling, that'd be so fun.
It'd be fun.
Fuck, I hope you get into it.
Because we could cycle during the week.
Mate, that'd be unreal. I'd actually, because I'm always doing it by myself, mate.
Imagine we got up at like 5 a.m.
Oh, mate, please.
How good would that be?
Please.
Yeah, well,
my dad's got bikes. I'll get your bike. Seriously. You just need to get your own nicks. You can't use my nicks.
Sharing nicks. Bit of what's the cream called?
It's like butt cream, it's called. It's literally called like butt cream.
Butt cream, cream me up.
Yeah.
But I think that'll be a perfect addition. In a way, I can firstly keep my like aerobic cardio going. Obviously, you and I can connect through that as well. And just like a whole new form of content. So like while I'm sick of, like not sick, I shouldn't say I'm sick of running. I'm like getting a little bit in a slump with running. It's like, okay, what can I do? Like I've preached this before to people when they ask me. I say, try changing it up. Just get into swimming, get into cycling. Yeah. So that's what I'm looking at this stage.
Mate, cycling, that's really exciting. Well, you can give my bike a go. Do you still remember how to use the clip-in shoes?
Yep, I should be right.
Only thing about cycling is I suppose if you got the followers and if you get some nifty brand deals, that'd be nice. But cycling is a sport with the biggest initial outlays. But once you got it all, you're good as gold.
And I'm the greedy prick who like really wants, I want the best of the best.
So if you want to get into cycling, guys, you got to need at least $20,000
for the bike and then another $5 on the helmet. And
so I'd say budget at least $15,000 for the latest, most aerodynamic, lightest piece of carbon fiber bike. That's pretty much 200 grams, and you pick it up like this. And you'll go 0.2% faster than the model down below, but that's all right.
You could just lose some weight and get the same benefits.
Exactly. So $15,000 for that. Now probably cycling nicks and all that expensive.
I want MAP.
I've got MAP. RAF is pretty good as well. Not sponsored by any of these brands, but they're pretty reputable. $1,000, let's say. If you want a second set, another $1,000. Thank you. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming. 22 grand at this stage.
Aerodynamic helmet, 500 to 800.
I quite like the casks.
Like
Cask is the name of the brand.
Ooh.
I got one of those. They're just like a standard.
I got an A-bus.
Yeah, I like the A-bus one.
In Celeste
Airbus,
green.
The Airbus A380 coming in.
Got it from Germany, mate.
It is nice. In NTF green, just about.
Yeah, pretty much. And you've already got some Oakleys, so you won't have to pay for that, but they're around 300 normally.
Got Oakleys.
Cool.
Potentially, we might have a sponsorship with Oakleys.
That would be freaking mad.
Working on it. Message them.
Then you need a bike repair kit, which is probably the most crucial thing, probably about $50 there.
And I want full carbon wheels and everything.
What else would you get, mate?
Obviously,
you
not
peasant.
steels. Yeah. You got the disc brakes, don't you?
Yeah, disc brakes. So when I'm cycling like an absolute larrikin, I can actually brake in 2 seconds. And when I'm pissing off cars and going in between weaving like that, I can stop on a dime or just turn on a dime. But you get what I'm saying.
I get what you're saying.
And I have electronic gears, which are great until they run out of charge and you're on a 3-hour ride and you're halfway through and you've only got one gear to go on.
What happens? Get grinding. You got a fixie.
You do have a fixie.
Surprise.
And it might be on a really annoying gear.
Shift down.
Yeah.
Just spinning all day. Yeah, well, that's exciting. I hopefully am going to get into that.
What brand bike do you want?
Whoever wants to sponsor me, but I do like, Canyon would be nice. Specialized, I really like.
You flog.
Yeah.
Special, mate, only flogs
really?
ride Specialized. Yeah, S-Works. S-Works are all flogs.
I always like the Venge. That's the one that
everyone
Mark
did. They're just 22 grand.
When I used to cycle, I could track stand. Can you track stand?
Nah, maybe a little bit, but we should practice.
Yeah. I enjoy that side of it.
It's like saying, I really like the Aston Martin. Yeah, I reckon everyone does, mate. They're just like 600k.
Don't we all, brother? Yeah, it's true. It's a good point. Well, that's where my head is at the moment, mate.
I'm hoping you get into it. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I will. I'll get into it. No, I'm excited. Well, that's fantastic. Travel.
Yeah.
Do you want to travel?
So we recently booked a trip. Do we want to announce where it is?
I'm just thinking. No. Yeah, we do.
Yeah, okay.
Wait, which trip are you talking about?
Well, we can definitely announce the first one.
Well, that's the one I wouldn't want to announce. But don't worry.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, we won't announce that. No. We won't announce it then. No. Let's not announce it. We'll announce the second one.
Yeah.
So, pause the podcast, guys. You have a few seconds to guess, and you're going to DM us on Instagram.
Quickly guess.
Where we're going. Quickly guess.
Where are we going?
Guess. Drum roll, please. It's in Asia.
Oh, you're wrong if you guessed, because there's no way you're picking this one.
There's no way you actually picked it unless you cheated.
Where is it?
South Korea.
We're going to South Korea. Not North. South.
Well, maybe North. We might go for a little day trip.
I think if you go to North Korea, though, you're not allowed to get into America.
Oh, that might be an issue.
You've already been, though.
Yeah. Idiots.
I don't really want to fuck with North Korea, though, so maybe we just leave that one.
Yeah,
but we're going to South Korea.
Yeah, we are.
Excited. It's random by us.
Yeah, why are we going?
So spontaneous. Craziest girl I know.
Yeah, we might dye our blue and just go to South Korea all of a sudden.
Woo!
Kimchi. Squid Game.
Squid Games.
Yeah.
Now we're talking.
Yeah.
We might avoid all reality TV shows over there.
Korean fried chicken, baby.
Not too spicy.
Spicy for me.
Oh, the big manly man. Yeah, so it's exciting. We're going July.
You ever had soju?
I have. I've had it with you.
Keelan, is soju Japanese or South Korean?
Is that the alcohol?
Yeah.
That's,
Japan.
I thought it was Korean.
No, I'm pretty sure it's Japanese.
In, Squid Game.
Oh,
but
but it's in Squid Game, so it's Korean.
Nah, but I think it's in 196s as well, which is Japanese.
Suntory.
Yeah, but isn't soju like one of the main
No,
ingredients?
that's something vodka.
Okay. The key ring is looking it up, so we will find out. But in the meantime...
What, if you guys have been to South Korea, so we booked flights, that's the way I like to do... It's Korean?
Oh, it's Korean,
Mate,
bang.
Most cultured bloke in Melbourne.
Key ring and Gab, most cultured blokes.
Yeah, fantastic. Don't doubt me. You know, the way I like to do trips is book flights and figure it out when you're there.
Yeah, we'll figure it out then when we get
So
there.
if you guys want to help us plan and you've been to South Korea, please DM us. Or what we're really hoping to get out of this segment is you are related to the Prince of South Korea and we don't have to book an Airbnb anymore. We can just stay in one of the guest houses of the kingdom.
I'll take you for a running class. You know, we'll go for a 2K jog. Gab will do a powerlifting comp in his zoot suit for you. In fact, he'll do it naked.
I'll follow you on Instagram as well.
Gab will chuck you a follow for 2 weeks. And you just have to wine, dine and 69 us in a way that works for everyone.
And you'll have a lifetime code to the NTF website for 15% off.
We'll even do, 15% off. What else can we'll do, if you have a nice hotel or an Airbnb you want promoted, there's we got a fair few followers between the two of us.
I'll only charge you $5,000 for the TikTok.
Exactly. So it's you, me, the great man Steve, who's been on the podcast before.
Yeah.
Potentially Tom. Very unlikely
Big
Tom.
Steve.
Big Steve.
Yeah.
Very unlikely Tom, but...
Tom's got, I think, he's going to the Wiggles concert that week.
Yeah. He's doing a few star jumps with one
With
of the
Tony
purple,
Abbott.
Yeah, the purple wiggle. Anyway, that'll be fun.
Yeah, cool.
I'm looking forward to it.
And travel, yeah. So we have this Amex card. We get enough points through it. Free travel insurance, free blah, blah, blah. Pretty much free flights. It's good fun. So that's the first time using that, going overseas. Get into all the lounges. So Amex card, we can get into all the international lounges. Centurion Lounge, which cocktails on tap, mate.
Oh, mate.
I'd be
I'm
legless.
gonna be fucking legless. We need someone to be sober to get us on and off the plane.
Not going to be us three.
It's not going to be me.
We're all going to be in there.
Oh, true. Oh, well.
So-
Hopefully the flight attendant. Have you seen that scene in The Wolf of Wall Street where they get on the plane? Anyway, that's what I'm thinking. But that's exciting.
You can't be drunk on a plane, can you? Is it illegal?
No. Well, I'm a huge heavyweight.
Heaviest heavyweight.
Visibly drunk, he
Mate,
reckons.
I drink you all under the table.
Mod fucking drink. But those lounges, once you go into a lounge, because we've been the domestic lounge the last couple of times we've flown together, hard to go back.
It's like when we go to clubs and we just get let straight in, not to sound like pretentious dickheads, but don't wait in a queue. I've had to wait in a few queues since. I'm like, ugh, what the hell?
What, you people do this?
Dude, this... you can't... That's the thing. You can't go back.
It's hard to go back. And as we say, mate, the holiday starts when you get to the airport. So if our flight's at, 6 p.m., we're getting there at 6 a.m. to take advantage of the 10 course, the buffet.
It's like if you go on a first-class flight, we couldn't go back to economy. So you just dig yourself a huge hole.
Yeah, but... that's the life as you are doing, mate. Dress for the job you want, not the job you have. So fly for the job you want, not for the job you have.
And send yourself bankrupt.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. Well, we are contractually obligated to do a few podcast reads now for our sponsors. But luckily, which makes it a whole lot easier, is we believe in these sponsors, mate.
We love these sponsors.
Which makes it so, so good. Who do we want to start off with today?
Start with Whoop.
Whoop. What do you have to say about them, mate?
I love Whoop. I made it Instagram/TikTok the other day talking about my Whoop, essentially saying yes, great for professional athletes, but you know what? I think they're even better for the everyday 9-to-5er, i.e. you, me, and everyone listening. So I find it helps with my sleep. It has these 3 metrics: sleep, strain, and recovery.
Mm-hmm.
And if you get those 3 dialed in, essentially you feel elite.
You know what's crazy? No, don't answer me. All good. Good chat.
What's crazy?
So ECG is like best heart rate monitor type thing, but these have allegedly what's better than an ECG. So the heart rate tracking thing, I'm not sure if you've taken much of the insights for your own stuff, but the heart rate stuff is incredibly accurate.
Heart rate's incredible, yeah.
And I've loved my Garmin over the years, but the heart rate stuff on it just isn't it. I'll do a 4K run and I'm pushing watts. Pushing
You're flying.
watts,
Yeah.
like hard.
Resting heart rate.
And then this will say my resting heart rate was 110.
Or you say, yeah, your normal heart rate was 110.
Yeah. Sorry,
Which
my
is
average heart rate was 110 in the Garmin. Then I go and check my Whoop, and it's like
170,
170.
Yeah.
It's just like not even accurate. So I always take the health metrics from my Whoop. It's so good. If you guys do want to get on the Whoop as well, you can actually join our community, which we're all pretty active in replying in. You can see how we're sleeping and recovering. What can they do, mate?
Well, firstly, you can message us to get the code for that community. I've had a few messages. But if you want to pick up a Whoop, you can either use the code in my bio or you can use the code in Gab's bio.
Yeah, and they're not codes, they're affiliate links.
Affiliate links, yeah.
And they give it to you slightly cheaper. So no codes anymore for this stuff. But yeah, you just click on whoever's link you want to support, whoever you like more. And yeah, we've had so many signups. I think I've had like almost 50 people use mine. I think yours is even higher. And we have like over 100 people in the group, which is amazing.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's so cool to see the buy-in. And as, like we say, promoting something we love is so easy, isn't it?
And if you guys don't get a reply from us, if we don't see the message, you can check the story highlight on Singer-songwriter Gabe. That will give you all the information on how to join the group there.
Fantastic.
Cool.
Next up, we got Manscaped.
We do, mate.
We love Manscaped.
What have I used the soap quite recently. It's good soap, keep clean.
I just rediscovered my ball deodorant. I didn't realise I had it.
Where do you spray it, mate? Or
On my nuts.
yeah, anywhere else?
You're meant to avoid the shaft, but if you can actually get a bit of a slight squat going, and you can get underneath the nuts, which is also a very perspirant spot.
See your heartbeat, mate.
See your breakfast. Pop down and say g'day. But, if you've got anyone going down that way, you want to make sure you keep it nice and tidy. Smells good. But you do want to keep that away from the shaft, I'm told. We don't want any pH imbalances, which can lead to all sorts of
isn't that
issues.
the head?
Yeah, well, the shaft and the head. I mean, you don't want just the whole... If it's going inside... Oh, mate. It's just... just get your nuts, all right?
Yeah, it's the nuts.
Just the nuts.
Okay?
All
It's
right.
not that. I like the fingernail chomper.
Yeah.
Because, if you're going on a date, you don't want sharp fingernails, obviously. Do you?
Why not?
Otherwise, it'll be a bloody Quentin Tarantino film, mate. It'll be Reservoir Dogs in the bloody basement. It'll be an absolute scene which you do not want.
Yeah.
And you'll have to change
Like
your
a
bed
butchered
sheets.
pig.
Oh, bloody hell. A vegan's worst nightmare,
Oh,
mate.
mate, disaster.
So make sure you use the Manscaped fingernail clipper, mate.
And give him a file as well, because it has some sharp edges.
Yeah, exactly. And before you do that, you want to use code NTF at checkout.
Yep.
You want to buy the whole store, get a cart with $1,000 USD, and use code NTF because you'll get $200 USD off that and free shipping.
It's pretty good.
Yeah,
It's not bad. What else do we have, mate?
cool. So this is a section where we chat about trending stuff.
Oh, we love talking about trending stuff. I tell you who's hot. Tommy Fury.
Yep.
I didn't know who he was. I'm not into combat sports really, although I'm open to getting into
You're a
them.
hater, mate.
Yeah, I know, don't bash me. But Tommy Fury is one bloody good looking rooster.
He looks like a Ken doll.
Those blue eyes. Bro, how could you punch that?
Threaded eyebrows.
You said something to me before we started this episode.
I did, and I'm not trying to hate. It's just
Merely a question.
a query.
What is it?
Has he had work done? Nothing against guys getting work done.
Nothing against it, no. I just don't think he could have had work done. And reason I say, could that be used as like a form of doping? Is that performance enhancing? If you're copping blows to your face and you got an inch worth of Botox...
I reckon he's had eyebrows threaded, lips done.
You reckon he's had lips done?
He's had a turkey hairline arrangement because it's bloody. He looks
He's
like
gone to Turkey.
He looks like he's got the light skin riz with it.
I might need to go to Turkey soon. was on Love Island,
Yeah, he was.
which does add a whole new kind of level of, maybe what Anabolic Gabe is saying is right.
Nothing against it. Again, nothing against it. I feel like you can go to Los Santos Customs and get whatever you want done to yourself.
Get the bolt-ons.
Yeah, whatever you want. Spend as much money as you want. It's just my question, and nothing wrong with that.
It's interesting. He beat Jake Paul.
Apparently,
Shout out to
Jake
him.
Paul's pretty good these days, mate.
Yeah, he's an actual boxer.
Yeah.
Did you watch it?
Nah, did you?
Nah.
Cool. I don't know why we're talking about this, but
Trending.
Staying on the trends.
Probably get a clip out of that one.
yeah.
Do you have anything else for us, mate?
Do you reckon Harry Styles does all right for himself?
I think he might.
Because I saw every bloody girl in Melbourne post a story about going to the Harry Styles and some of them are extremely good-looking, high-value women, and all of a sudden they're simping for Harry Styles.
Fair enough too. I somewhat simp for Harry Styles. I think there's something about him that I find very attractive, you know. And I'm not a gay man, but
Let's start with the facts.
Let's start with the facts. He's a gay man. If he tried to kiss me, I'm kissing.
Tongue?
Yep. I'm going tongue.
What if you said to come back to the bedroom?
See, this is where I'm not
No.
not
You're
doing
not
it.
sucking Willie.
But if he sings, that's what makes you beautiful.
Oh, God. I want to know if there's any girls out there who would say no to Harry Styles. Because in my opinion, and this, call me misogynist, call me whatever,
always gonna be
he
good.
could get any girl in the world, it seems like.
I don't think anyone's calling misogynist for that.
I just wanted to say it anyway to cover all bases.
Just in case.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he'd do pretty well. Yeah. And being mature is growing up and going, you know what? He's pretty bloody hot. Same with Justin Bieber. Like he is fucking attractive.
Yeah, he's
And
nice.
the things
Nice
he can do with
face.
his voice. Yeah.
Yeah.
you're just like visually pleasing.
Yeah.
Although I have seen some like TikToks and stuff showing Harry Styles' hair loss.
Yeah, I actually saw girls make fun of that.
Like his hairline's back here,
I
unfortunately,
mean,
for the lad.
that gives all the guys hope, doesn't it?
Yeah, but it does come back to that thing of like, yes, he's got hair loss. It's like that. In the list of 3 trillion people, I'm one up because he's got hair loss.
Yeah, but I mean, if he's got hair loss and he can get any girl in the world.
Yeah, but he's got all the money in the world, so he's probably got the best wigs and transplants.
So we need to get money, is what
Money.
you're saying.
Well, yeah, I think so.
Yep.
That's the ticket. But yeah, if Harry Styles tried to kiss you, you puckering up?
Like, I can admire his work ethic and everything that he's achieved, but unfortunately, I could not see myself doing that because I'm uncomfortable in my sexuality, and I think, you know,
You're still figuring it out. It's all right, mate.
it's like guys who will comment on something of ours, it's like bloody gay or something, mate.
Kiss your boyfriend.
Yeah, kiss your
Is that
boyfriend.
Your boyfriend.
Yeah, it's like me and Louis hanging out with like our tops off or something. It's like they feel the need to like,
Your boyfriend.
yeah, what do you fucking pull each other off with their fucking what? No one was
What
even.
about Justin Bieber?
I think he's incredibly.
Is there any bloke that you would kiss?
I just like hairy lips and shit. I just nah.
No, but they're well shaven.
I can't say what I want to say, but I think I just like girls too much.
What about
It just feels
Tommy
like
Fury? What about fucking Wiz Khalifa or something? Which rappers do you like?
But it's just like a sexual thing, you know? I can't imagine myself doing.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like it's invalid.
Yeah, I get that.
It feels like you're playing a video game and you're shooting, like, your own team. It's like you're not meant to do that. Like, for me, I feel like... And no disrespect to any of the gay homies out there. It's just, like, the way I'm wired, I feel like I can't do that.
Okay, fair enough.
Like, if I went to kiss you right now, it feels like I couldn't do that.
That'd be... Yeah, I get that.
Whereas if there was a really attractive woman across from me, it feels like I could do that.
Maybe I'm not sexualizing Harry Styles enough in my head.
It's really confusing. We get into like the roots of like the chemistry of how we're attracted to, you know.
It's a good point. We were walking down the beach the other day, and just like it was hot. And firstly, the bikinis these days, There's not much to them.
Not much. They charge you more and you get less with the bikinis.
Mate, we were seeing some girl's breakfast.
We were seeing a heartbeat.
There's nothing there.
There's nothing, and I'm all for you wearing it.
They looked fantastic.
They looked amazing, mate. My mouth was watering.
I just think women are so attractive.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, when I see a girl out there, I don't have the actual confidence to talk to her.
No, I never
But,
talk
like,
to her.
I just think they're so attractive.
I agree, mate. Walking down the beach the other day was just like...
It just confirmed that I'm straight.
You needed
'Cause,
it.
yeah. It's just like confirmation.
Had a moment where I thought about a guy and then I was like,
It was like two-factor authentication and, like, confirmed it.
Yeah, you got the code.
You know when you get, like, the push notification on your
Yep.
phone and you have to click allow because it's actually you? It's not some guy from Pakistan trying to hack your account. That was like that. Like, it just verified it.
And just like the bikinis these days is what I'm just...
You've said it 4 times, mate.
Mate, there's nothing to them. Like,
Literally nothing.
there's nothing. Where do they go from here? Is my question.
Maybe they go more, like
Less.
more material. Maybe that's the next trend.
I've also noticed a lot more women are topless.
Have you?
Well,
I need to go to the beaches you're going to, mate. We sound like the biggest pervs right now, but we're just two guys with testosterone that don't get out enough.
Honestly, the beach the other day was amazing. Like
We should go to the beach more.
We should on a hot day. It was just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Women are so beautiful.
Oh, they're beautiful.
It's been a
It
good
feels
podcast.
like we're having to prove our sexuality here, honestly.
No, I'd still kiss Harry Styles though. Just FYI,
Cool.
with a bit of tongue.
Yeah. Okay,
But
well,
that's it.
that's good.
It's been a good podcast, mate. I feel like we've gone everywhere.
That was a roller coaster.
It was mate, if you listen to this to go to sleep, it wasn't an easy listen today.
It was not. Difficult
You're
listen,
wide
lads.
awake.
Not everyone needs a podcast.
Yeah, we personify that.
Cool. All
Well,
right.
we got one.
Thanks for having me, Lex Friedman.
Yep, thanks for having me, mate. I'll
Cheers.
see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.